There's a lot going on in the world of Magic the Gathering right now, from serious secret lair confusion all the way to information about old Capenna. It's time for a Magic the Gathering news roundup.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The Magic Historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings! Owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends! I hope the day finds you well, because we have gathered for another episode of Mega Magic News. This one is a roundup edition because we have a variety of topics to cover. Now, the first thing I want to do is dispel some misinformation, all right? Because every once in a while, something happens in the Magic community and it spreads a bunch of incorrect information. So, I'm going to put an image up on the screen and we're going to go over it right now. This right here on the screen is a listing for Ultra Pro deck boxes. Specifically, Ultra Pro deck boxes for the Secret Lair Warhammer 40k upcoming release, right? And you can see there's V1, V2, V3, and these are with placeholder images. So what's the deal here, right? It clearly looks like when you're reading this that Wizards of the Coast is going to be making a Warhammer 40k Secret Lair, and in addition to that, we're going to be seeing Warhammer 40k Secret Lair deck boxes. But unfortunately, my friends, that's not the case. Now, I'm not stating for a fact that there will not be a Warhammer 40k Secret Lair. What I'm saying is that this image, unfortunately, is no evidence of that. Because if you actually go around and look at other listings for the same deck boxes that have been posted on other retailers' websites, you will see that this is just a mistake, and you have a scenario where these are actually going to be commander deck boxes. So they're going to be big enough to fit entire commander decks instead of 60 card decks, and they're going to be keyed in to the commander decks that will be released as opposed to a particular secret lair. Now, enough people have brought this up to me as if we're getting the secret lair, and I mean, I understand why. You see the image, it makes perfect sense why your brain would jump there, but I figured I have the platform that allows me on occasion to kind of tamp down at least a little bit on the incorrect information that is being spread around. So I wanted to cover that and get it out of the way so we can talk about the news I'm most excited for today. And that is the old Capenna lore. You may remember in recent videos, I have lamented to a degree about how the Capenna lore feels like it's full of holes. So today, a massive article came out. Now, I don't know if Wizards planned this originally or just created it and released it in response to people's complaints about the lore. I have a feeling that this was written in advance. But either way, there is a deep amount of additional lore in there. Not only are there little bits that help to flesh out the current era of Capenna, like the Streets of New Capenna set, and giving you the flavor of what's going on right now, but more importantly for me, it delves further back into the history, starting with how old Capenna was originally a plane that was covered in castles with kingdoms and all that kind of thing, and then how the Phyrexian influence showed up and made its impact on the world, what happens there, the actual founding of the city of Capenna, the origins of the 5 different crime families, and how their leaders started out. Like, there are a real, there's a real depth of interesting information, and I love getting more lore and flavor. So I've actually already released a video covering all of that over on my Fantasy Geographic channel. So if you want to know the deep underlying lore, the world of Capenna before it became New Capenna, the archangels, the archdemons, all that kind of goodness, I will leave a link on the screen at the end of the video for you. And I definitely say you should check it out because it does add quite a bit, I feel like, to the story overall, knowing why New Capenna exists and what's going on. Because between the written story and the cards, we got some of it, but it's in this massive article. I mean, if you want to read it yourself even, you can do it on the mothership, right? So there are other things that are going on today as well. In terms of flavor, another awesome thing I want to talk about, if you haven't seen it yet, is the actual trailer. It's only about 2 minutes long, And it's totally worth watching, although I guess I'll put an asterisk up in the air. If you're somebody who does not like new Capenna's flavor, you don't like the mobster world, you don't like any of that set, like, don't watch the trailer, because it's just going to basically add on to your dislike, because it really does a good job of bringing home that mob mentality, right? And it does have kind of the like Godfather-esque kind of vibes in some ways. I feel like they did a good job of nailing the flavor they were aiming for. And when I was able to take the part of my brain, because admittedly, I'm somebody who enjoys a more traditional fantasy style, you know what I mean? So when I'm able to take that part of my brain and set it aside and just watch the trailer for what it was, knowing, okay, I've already come to terms with what the set is, let's check it out. It's really, really well done, man. The statues in it look amazing. Like the voice work, everything comes together delightfully. So if you're somebody who likes the vibe of Capenna, you are going to love the trailer. In fact, I went over to Wizards of the Coast YouTube channel and left a comment saying that it was a genuinely enjoyable trailer. When I watched it, aside from the fact that it doesn't fit in to the genuine Magic flavor overall, like traditional, other than that, it fits perfectly. The trailer didn't have anything that really stuck out to me as egregious. It features things that you would see like on the cards. It features the heads of the families and everything rendered in these great statues. I don't know, man. It picks up that like crime family vibe. I really liked like the first and second Godfather movies, and there's some other really great crime movies out there that I've enjoyed. Every once in a while, get into something like Casino or whatever, right? So those kind of things can be genuinely enjoyable for what they are. And the trailer does a fantastic job of delivering that. Next thing I want to talk about is today marks the launch of Explorer. If you're not familiar with Explorer, Explorer is the new format that Wizards of the Coast has created for Arena, and it is kind of an odd duck because it's like an offshoot of Pioneer. What Wizards is doing, basically, everybody got upset about alchemy, and Wizards took Historic and shoved alchemy into it, basically taking away people's non-rotating format that could be equally created in paper, right? So Wizards goes, oh wow, a lot of people are leaving. Okay, we'll make a format for you guys. So they've come along with Explorer, where they're saying it's eventually going to be Pioneer. The idea is that they're just going to load cards from Pioneer into it over time. They're not going to be going in and putting every full set in that's in Pioneer. They're just going to be focusing on key cards to begin with and inserting them over a number of years. And I do have to admit that it doesn't really come across to me as something that Wizards of the Coast genuinely wants to do. It comes across as a begrudging sort of, we've been on this sequence of events where originally Wizards just wanted you to play Standard and wanted to be like, no, you can't even use your cards after they're out of Standard. You can only use them in direct challenges. And people are like, bro, I'm not going to play this game if you're just going to make my cards dead in the water. And then like, fine, we'll make Historic, but you got to pay twice as much to play it. And people are like, I'm not doing that. Like, fine, we'll do it at normal cost. And then secretly they hatch the plan underneath of, no, we don't want them to have a non-rotating format. We want them to constantly spend money and not be able to rely on playing what they want to play. We have to shake things up and like, rattle the cage. So then they go, we're going to make alchemy and force it into Historic. People get livid and then they go, well, now they're so upset, we have to tell them we're going to give them what they want. So they're creating Explorer, but saying it's going to take years. And I have to admit, I genuinely believe it's going to be the same thing. Wizards is going to change their mind or balk at the last moment or be like, guess what? We made a change to the Explorer format and now it's alchemy too. But don't worry, we understand how you want a non-rotating format. So we're going to create another one. It's only going to take us 6 years to do it and then we'll alchemy it again. You know, I don't trust them. When it comes to Arena, I've got like zero trust. But if you like Arena and you're getting in on it and you like the whole Capenna thing, they are doing a special event based on the 5 different families where, based on the family you're using, you will get different abilities in the event. So that is upcoming, but I stopped playing in those events once Wizards started charging gold and gems for them. They used to just have these events as a, hey, thanks for playing our game. We'll give you some free styles. And then they changed it into, nah, you got to pay to play in these. And I'm like, I'm not buying these styles off you, bro. These styles are like the most worthless thing in Arena. Oh, look at me. I'm an Arena style. Hey, boy, can I have $5? Can I have $5? If you like my arena style, you can $5 me super thanks in the chat because I'm an arena style. It's so goofy. Do you know what I mean? It's silliness. Anyhow, that really does cover all of the news that I had to round up today. Again, the old Capenna lore is awesome. So up on the screen, you're going to find a link to hear about it. Head on over and spend some more time listening to me yammer. Big thank you to my patrons, and I will see you guys next time.